career in tatters. I'm not going to resign.
I'm not sure how much choice you're going to have in the matter.
But there is one way out.
I'm looking for a man to go under. Deep cover.
To enter a world of lies, danger and subterfuge. 99 to 1. New drama Wednesday at 9 on Anglia.
You can't be with them every minute.
Always made with pure sunflower oil, low in saturates, and a good source of vitamin E.
If I love you, then I need you. If I need you, then I want you around.
Hi, and welcome to the beach where McCain oven chips work out to become healthier chips. And hey, these guys are serious. Not only are they prepared in sunflower oil, but each hunky specimen contains less than half the fat of a fried chip. Just 5%. Wow, read it and weep, fat boys. And McCain chips are cut from real potatoes, so they're totally dreamy in the taste department, too.
Most excellent.
McCain oven chips. With only 5% fat, they're healthier chips. And how?
Do you use your mouthwash just to fight plaque? Or like this man, just to freshen breath? Well, McClean's Active Mouthguard starts to kill plaque bacteria immediately. So you get the best of both worlds. Because it also gives you great fresh breath. McClean's Active Mouthguard fights plaque and freshens breath all in one.
This week in the Mirror, get to France for just £1. French wine, beer and food at your fingertips. Travel on Seacat and hovercraft, the quickest way to get across. Thanks to the Mirror, it's just £1 to hop over. You'll be surprised when you look in the mirror.
The range of 5 new special edition Fiestas starts with the Fresco at under £6,295 and moves up with the Finesse, which at under £7,595 boasts 4-speaker radio cassette, sunroof and metallic finish. It all adds up to outstanding value. Ring 0800 777 444 for full details of the 5 special editions of Britain's best-loved small car. Or fly down to your Anglia Ford dealer. Anglia Ford dealers for the best deals around.
Could it be? Yes, it could.
The Musicals Collection brings you all the great shows at a truly great price. $3.99 from your newsagent. Start with West Side Story. The great songs. The great performances. Glimpses behind the scenes. The Musicals Collection. Each fortnightly issue on CD or cassette with a lavish publication. Issue 1, West Side Story, is only 99p.
Oi, you in the beret. Fancy making £250,000? Then look out for Telly Million.
A taste of true life murder for the new year. Introduced by Edward Woodward.
Crimes of passion, committed in the heat of the moment. Of course, in British law, there is no such crime as a crime of passion. In British law, those accused of the killings stood trial for murder.
In Suspicious Circumstances, a new series begins Tuesday at 9 on Anglia. Martin Shaw is the chief in a powerful new series on Anglia.
Packages been delivered to the Highway Centre.
There is a cover-up going on here, and it stinks.
You've got to make the lives of these monsters unbearable. They're killing babies in there.
When I'm called to account, it's in public.
Under pressure from the media and under siege by terrorists, it's a lonely job.
You're not responsible. Who is?
The Chief, Friday at 9.
Over on Channel 4 now, Brookside. Here on Anglia, the name is Bond. James Bond. Licensed to Kill.
ITV and Diet Coke present Movie Premiere.
Mark it. 145, take 1. Mark.
And action. And cut! That's great.
Check the gate. Next setup.
You can't park there.
You can with a Nissan.
You can't have a small car that's good on the open road.
You can with a Nissan.
ABS is standard on most family saloon cars.
You can with a Nissan.
What can we say? Catch me if you can, Charles. You can't have a Nissan that makes people's jaws drop.
Tales of the Black Horse, the Four Rings. Once there was a dying king with two daughters. To see which would inherit his wealth, he set a riddle.
For untold dosh and sparkly things, the answer lies within 4 rings.
This puzzled the girls mightily. One espies 4 accursed stone rings, and slips off to fight demons, goblins, orcs, etc., etc. The other uses her head. She knew all about the Lloyds Bank pledge to answer all calls
1
within 4 rings.
2 3.
Good afternoon, Lloyds Bank.
He left me as much as that.
Which means you won't be left dangling on the end of a line. The 4-ring pledge, another legendary service from Lloyds Bank.
We, the undersigned, think it's time for a new kind of credit card.
We're looking for a credit card that charges no annual fee.
We'd welcome a credit card that charged low interest.
We think our loyalty should be rewarded by more than just another bill.
Last year, over 8 million Americans signed here. The new GM credit card offers a unique combination of benefits. It charges no annual fee. And you can get a rebate towards a new GM car.
The fastest growing credit card in America is now here. And the rebate towards a new Vauxhall could be £2,500 over 5 years.
If you'd like the new GM credit card from Vauxhall, sign here.
Stop that now. Number 1, final check. We're ready to go.
This is the last place in the Keys.
Almost to turn away, Fred. And cut!
Donna, check the gate. Okay, folks, we're on to the next setup.
You could have a big dipper going up and down all around the bends. You could have a bumper car bumping. Its amusement never ends. I wanna be your sledgehammer. Why don't you call my name?
The Vauxhall Cavalier, one of the safest cars you'll ever bump into.
All over Britain,
people are waiting for the next Reader's Digest prize draw. When the draw takes place, someone somewhere is going to win the first prize of £225,000. But hundreds of other people are going to win prizes, and some of them could be living in your part of the country. So if you receive some prize draw numbers, do return them immediately, because the sooner you enter, the more you could win.
You must be from Kenco.
Yes, and this is...
Most people use these beans for instant coffee.
What are those?
They're the best. We generally recommend those for ground coffee.
We'll buy all you have of these.
What? For instance?
At Kenco, we use beans for our instant coffee that we use for our ground.
Hadn't I better clear that with the boss?
You just have.
Kenco, everything we know about coffee in an instant.
I'm never gonna make a fire.
Boys, are you sure I can't make you a sandwich?
Oh, go away, Mum. Explorers don't eat sandwiches.
Of course not, sorry. Sometimes you just have to rise above it and do the best for them. Like giving them Kingsmill, baked longer for a better taste.
I'm starving. What's that noise? Oh, look, wow.
Kingsmill, it really is better bread.
This summer, Enterprise have 10,000 free child places, so in thousands of cases, a little one goes free. Enterprise, we'll make your money go further.
Christmas pudding, roast potatoes and gravy, Auntie Dora's turkey and stuffing, mince pies, brandy butter.
Most people put on a few pounds over the Christmas holiday. If you're one of them, start your New Year diet with the Kellogg Special K breakfast and get the scale moving in the right direction.
Fruitcake.
Kellogg's Special K. Lose the holiday fat.
Nicole.
I thought you said you weren't married.
Stand by! And action!
Hope you don't snork, you.
After the break, I want to get set up for the medium, but you got to get that light fixed first.
No problem. We can sort it out.
Okay.
Coming to Centre Parcs was one of my better ideas. It's lovely. And the villa's terrific. The children are in their element. I've hardly seen them. Even Sue's found some time for herself. We've sailed, played tennis, relaxed. Not to mention the golf. And the horse riding. Yes, it's good here.
Centre Parcs. Ring for the brochure. The British holiday the weather can't spoil.
Why does Anchor butter taste great?
We've got sunshine on a cloudy day, and all year round we've got the month of May. Oh, nature knows like nature should what makes Anchor taste so good. Our grass, all year round we eat green grass. Anchor butter, ooh.
The all-new Ibiza from Seat will fill your tedious life with Mediterranean passion. Pulsating Volkswagen engines build quality so good, complete strangers will fling their clothes away in jubilation. That's one way of sorting out your wardrobe.
Who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know that wouldn't like Kellogg's cornflakes? Who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know that wouldn't like Kellogg's cornflakes? Have your breakfast in the better way. These Kellogg's cornflakes make your day. Who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know?
Positively, no one.
That wouldn't like Kellogg's cornflakes.
On millions of breakfast tables every morning in Britain, housewives are serving breakfast the better way.
The original, and still the best after 70 years.
France for a quid. Find out in tomorrow's Sun how you can sail to France for just £1 with Stena Sealing.
Oh no! The sandwiches are coming! Allez, faster!
We must make sure there is enough booze for them!
France for only £1, starting in tomorrow's sensational Sail Away Sun.
New Chicken Tonight honey and mustard.
I feel like chicken tonight.
Made with clover honey and tangy mustard.
Chicken tonight.
I did that.
It was nice of her to do that.
Someone else did all that.
I didn't know they did that.
I'm glad they don't do that.
At Thomson, we spend 52 weeks a year making your 2 weeks perfect.
Here, right?
Yeah, but Rob, are you sure it's going to match?
Yeah, it'll work. Don't worry. Just get moving.
Okay.
Bless your heart.
And cut. That's great.
Ready? I'm busy. I'm having breakfast in bed.
Busy? The only thing you're ever busy with is Philadelphia. And you're hardly having that for breakfast.
I am actually. I'm having light Philadelphia spread all over a warm croissant.
Next you'll be telling me you're putting jam on top. What's going on in there? Right. What are you up to?
Oh. Hi.
Soothing aches and pains away. Could rub you up the wrong way. Lazing in the sun isn't always fun, but you only get a high
From a bachelor's mug.
He's made a few changes since we had a Thomas Cook at Greece.
Before you go anywhere, take a Thomas Cook at our 11% discount.
To germs, this is like a hotel where they can check in for a dirty weekend whenever they want. Getting rid of the lime scale they breed on has never been easy. But now there's a toilet cleaner that removes 100% of lime scale faster than any other. Leaving your toilet clean and shiny and the germs homeless. Harpic lime scale remover removes 100% of lime scale faster.
Last spring, Ford launched a new car with the promise of built-in strength, advanced levels of safety, and real driving pleasure. The promise has been kept. The Ford Mondeo has been awarded the greatest accolade a car can win. Car of the Year 1994. Beauty with inner strength. The Ford Mondeo. We win the prizes. You reap the rewards.
In tomorrow's Mirror, book 1 week with Cosmos, Sunset or Go Greek and we'll give you the next week free. Don't end up with half a holiday. Get the Mirror tomorrow.
Backache, rheumatic and muscular aches, pains and strains.
the power and strength of one of today's leading painkillers harnessed in a gel. Ibuleve gel. Ibuleve brings you the same pain-killing power in a rapidly absorbed, penetrating gel. Ibuleve. Believe in the pain-killing power and strength of Ibuleve. Pain relief without pills.
Well, I'm sitting under a tree with nature's glories surrounding me. But I only stopped in this golden place to make the most of that buttery taste. Must get on, so I'll see you in a little while, dearest. Oh, with 2 full spoons in every pack, you can really taste the butter in Golden Crown.
Stand by. Roll sound.
149, take 2. Mark.
Your monthly delivery will be by ocean-going tank.
ITV and Diet Coke presented Movie Premiere.
An action-packed start to Anglia's late programmes, Wednesday, in the thriller Predator.
There's something out there waiting for us, and it ain't no man.
Schwarzenegger stalks an alien force in Predator, Wednesday at 10:40 on Anglia.
Unleashed.
Is that Glazier? Behaves like a Hell's Angel.
Unorthodox.
We've worked out our art sales throughput as a percentage of personnel input and software contribution.
I say, Susie, are you speaking any known language?
Under her spell.
Why should I be jealous?
Oh, I wish you could understand, Ben. I do love you in some sort of a way.
Underclothes?
Oh, golly, what on earth's that? Kylie Minogue's hot pants.
Under new management, Richard Wilson and a sparkling new series, Under the Hammer, next Monday at 9 on Anglia.
The travel business is largely a matter of organisation. Trailfinders has survived because we were original, not because we were particularly clever. We think of our clients as travellers rather than holidaymakers. Personally, I like to travel light, and I feel very uncomfortable without the American Express card behind me. It's in my pocket right now.
American Express is welcomed at Trailfinders and other exotic locations.
We're all going on a Hoseasons holiday, doing things we always wanted to. Fun and laughter on a Hoseasons holiday, it's a dream come true. For a week or two.
Free phone now for your Hoseasons brochure with the widest choice of self-catering holidays throughout Britain.
And make your dreams come true. My family got the energy of 3, like a mobile zoo. Don't need a mum, need a keeper with a gun. Only one thing to do. I got a Lloyd boy, Ovaltine Light. When you're feeling in a state, have a molten chocolate. I got a Lloyd boy, Ovaltine Light.
This week in the Mirror, get to France for just £1. French wine, beer and food at your fingertips. Travel on Seacat and hovercraft, the quickest way to get across. Thanks to the Mirror, it's just £1 to hop over. You'll be surprised when you look in the mirror.
I can honestly say, with complete impartiality, that the Argos Sale is the best yet!
Well, good morning, Postie. Thank you. You know, you ought to relax a while. Here, see how the thick Cadbury's milk chocolate melts into the dreamy caramel. I love birthdays, don't you? Take it easy with Cadbury's caramel.
When it comes to the acid test, Andrew's Antacid in refreshing and now new fruit flavour helps relieve 3 kinds of indigestion.
Suck 'em and see.
Highly individual styling it certainly has. But you won't buy a Subaru Impreza on good looks alone, nor for its lavishly equipped and capacious interior. You'll choose an Impreza because... like the rallying version, it's one tough, reliable son of a Subaru.
To visit Turkey is to see many worlds, a land of culture and hospitality. Turkey is paradise preserved.
All you need to start earning membership miles points is an American Express card. Pick up a leaflet for more details.
From the bomb disposal unit in the special branch to the anti-terrorist squad, a new series goes inside Britain's anti-crime HQ. Scotland Yard begins Thursday at 9:30.
In 15 minutes after the news and weather, there's a documentary profile of the Princess of Wales, Diana, a princess alone. This is Anglia Television.
Good evening. The news and sport from ITN. Tonight's headlines. The Northern Ireland Secretary seeks to reassure Unionists over peace deal. Siberian air crash claims 120 dead in one of Russia's worst plane disasters.
And tonight's main sports headline, Mark Steen continues Chelsea's New Year revival as the weather plays havoc elsewhere.
London and Dublin took steps to keep the Downing Street Peace Declaration on track today. Unionist fears were raised when the Irish Prime Minister Albert Reynolds called for a start to the demilitarisation of Northern Ireland. The Northern Ireland Secretary, Sir Patrick Mayhew, responded by assuring Unionists that Britain won't try to persuade anyone to join a united Ireland. But tonight, Sinn Féin's President Gerry Adams said peace depended on the British government ultimately removing guarantees to the Unionists.
Tonight, the president of Sinn Féin, Gerry Adams, has issued a more positive response to the Downing Street Declaration. In a speech, he said the British government had acknowledged for the first time the right of the Irish people to national self-determination. It was, he said, a potentially significant development. Earlier, the Irish Prime Minister issued a statement offering Republicans some clarification of the Downing Street Declaration. On the key question of self-determination, he suggests the IRA has got what it wants. But it also wants the British government to join the ranks of the persuaders, persuading Unionists to join a united Ireland. Mr Reynolds clarifies that the British will persuade the parties to reach agreement, but won't take sides. He also adds that it is time to start a process of demilitarisation. This has caused controversy because demilitarisation is a term used almost exclusively by the IRA to imply a gradual scaling down of military force on both sides. The Secretary of State, Sir Patrick Mayhew, responded by repeating the army was on the streets as a response to paramilitary violence and would react imaginatively if that violence ended. But Mr Reynolds' remarks had already unsettled Unionists.
Now Mr Reynolds is using language which he knows must be designed to be attractive to Republicans and to suggest something going further than the Downing Street Declaration. It gives me the impression that there's an element of desperation by Reynolds in an attempt to make his promises come true.
Mr Reynolds' carefully chosen words appear designed to influence the debate within the IRA. As Republicans try to assess this declaration, he is clearly arguing that it gives them much of what they want. But inevitably it puts strains on the peace process because in moving to reassure Republicans, he has unsettled Unionists. Tom Bradby, ITN, in Belfast.
A Russian airliner has crashed in Siberia, killing all 120 people on board. It's the second air disaster in the former Soviet Union in 8 days, raising fears of falling safety standards. The jet came down near Irkutsk minutes after it had taken off for Moscow on a routine flight.
For the third time in a decade, a Tupolev 154 airliner, identical to this one, crashes in Russia, raising serious concerns about the safety standard of the aircraft. It is the workhorse of the Russian fleet, despite being introduced into service over 20 years ago. In this latest disaster, the plane had only been airborne 12 minutes when the pilots radioed an engine was on fire and they were losing control. Within minutes, the aircraft disappeared from radar screens. 18 months ago, 82 passengers were killed when their Tu-154 crashed near Moscow. Another disaster from the aging fleet, which, say experts, is not subjected to the same maintenance standards required in the West.
Operators try to continue to fly older aircraft because they do not have money to buy something new to replace them.
This film, taken before today's disaster, shows the area near Irkutsk, where wreckage is strewn over a 2-mile radius. Any survivors of the crash would have quickly perished in Siberian temperatures of minus 20 degrees centigrade. Investigators will want to piece together all of the wreckage before confirming that engine failure was the cause of the crash. But to do that, they may have to wait until the end of Siberia's long, hard winter, as much of the evidence is hidden in the deep snow. Adrian Britton, ITN, Moscow.
The Environment Minister, Tim Yeo, has tonight been summoned to explain himself to his constituency association as pressure grows for him to resign. It follows revelations that he had a child from an extramarital affair. Earlier, in a letter to The Times, the director of the Conservative Family Institute, Dr. Adrian Rogers, said, "Immoral politicians, in my view, exhibit hypocrisy and dishonesty and are potentially untrustworthy." The Archbishop of Canterbury today described Sudan's decision to expel the British ambassador as completely over the top. It comes ahead of tomorrow's deadline set by Britain for Sudan to reverse its decision. Dr. George Carey, in Nairobi after his visit to rebel-held southern Sudan, described the tour as the longest 4 days of my life. In Mexico, dozens of people have been killed in fierce gun battles as government forces put down an armed uprising by Indian peasants. Tonight, the rebels still hold several towns in the southern province of Chiapas, and the government has warned the death toll could rise still higher. Glenn O'Glaser reports from the United States.
After heavy fighting, the Mexican army has recaptured the town of San Cristobal de las Casas, but heavy fighting continues in 4 others. Dozens of rebels, soldiers and policemen have been killed and wounded. The rebels, indigenous Indians, are members of a previously unknown group named after Mexico's national hero, Emiliano Zapata. Armed with guns and machetes, they burnt government buildings, and there are reports of widespread looting. They also broke into a prison and released nearly 200 prisoners and have taken a former state governor hostage. The rebels say they're being driven from their land and claim they're fighting a government policy of genocide and economic domination by the United States. The church has offered to mediate a ceasefire. The Mexican government says it's using minimum force to restore order. Glenn O'Glaser, ITN in Washington.
Now here's Graham Miller with today's sport.
Rain ruined Blackburn's hopes of gaining on Premiership leaders Manchester United today. Their game against Wimbledon was called off 5 minutes before kick-off. But it was even worse for struggling Manchester City. 2-0 up against Ipswich before their game was abandoned.
The pitch might have been a virtual lake, but the game looked like being a life raft for the success-starved Manchester City faithful. Kari Ingebrigtsen put them ahead after 4 minutes, and then with the ball refusing to obey Ipswich orders, Michel Vonk blasted in number 2. So when referee David Elleray called a halt after 39 minutes, City frustrations erupted. Goalkeeper Tony Coton was among many players who had to be restrained. He later apologised.
We're all frustrated because the game's called off.
Meanwhile, City's manager Brian Horton was left to explain to the dumbstruck fans who must be wondering what can happen next. But the new year seems to have transformed Chelsea's fortunes. Craig Burley's 25-yard rocket put them ahead against Everton, and they were 2-0 up at half-time before Tony Cottee scored Everton's first goal in over 10 hours of football. Everton then equalised, but Chelsea weren't to be denied. Mark Steen's second and Chelsea's fourth made sure of their third win out of 3 since Christmas.
So Manchester United, who play Liverpool tomorrow at Anfield, remain 12 points clear at the top. Queen's Park Rangers did them a favour, holding third-place Arsenal to a goalless draw. Sheffield Wednesday beat Spurs to take their holiday haul to 10 points out of 12. They climb to 6th place. In the First Division, Marco Gabbiadini thrashed Tranmere's hopes of going top. The Derby striker grabbed a hat-trick to take his tally to 5 in 3 games and make it a miserable day for the Merseysiders. But Alan Pardew allowed Charlton to take full advantage of their slip-up, his goal helping keep the Londoners in the hunt. And Scott Gemmell scored the winner for Forest to stretch their unbeaten run to 12 games. So Palace still top by a point with 2 games in hand. Charlton climbed to 3rd, Southend lost at Notts County, and there's Forest in the frame in 7th place. And the weather's already taken its toll of tomorrow's top game in Scotland. Motherwell against Celtic is off. The Fir Park pitch is frozen solid. The winning ways of the England A cricketers in South Africa seem to be over. After 8 wins in a row, they're heading for defeat against Natal. Forced to follow on, they finished the day on 183 for 3, still 159 behind Natal's massive first innings total.
And that's it from us. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Hello, good evening. Heavy rain that arrived in Cornwall this morning is sitting across Scotland now. Tomorrow should be a better day for most of us, but still with a fair number of showers around. There's still a lot of rain around at the moment, though, through the rest of this evening and overnight, especially up over Scotland, where it's turning to sleet and snow up on the high ground, so quite a miserable night there, even some localised flooding. Further south, there are clearer spells in the clouds, so I think you find temperatures falling quite low, but a lot of showers still whistling in on those fresh southwest winds. Watch out for 1 or 2 icy patches in the northern half of Britain tonight. Tomorrow, a mixture of sunshine and showers, longer spells of rain, sleet, even snow up in the far north. For the rest of Britain, it is a mixture of sunny spells and showers, and hopefully fewer showers during the afternoon, with many places becoming dry and fairly bright. Top temperatures only 7. Now, if you grit your teeth, we'll have a look further ahead to the rest of this week. The chart for midweek, Wednesday night, Thursday morning, looks very unsettled indeed. As you can see, lots of low pressure and lots of frontal systems too. In real weather, that means lots of rain, I'm afraid. Some showers too, especially in the south. The further north you are, the more likely you are to see sleet and even snow. It's a very unsettled picture, lots of rain. Here's a summary.
And this is the Anglia forecast. Tonight will become dry for a time, and as winds decrease, patchy fog and ground frost is possible. Further showers are likely later. Tomorrow there'll be sunny periods and scattered showers, and it will feel rather chilly in a brisk westerly breeze. On Wednesday, yet another band of rain, heavy at times, will spread from the west across all parts.
Well, after the break on Anglia, Diana, a princess alone.
A disgraced copper has only one way out.
I'm looking for a man to go under. Deep cover.
Leslie Grantham in 99 to 1. New drama Wednesday at 9.
Strepsils. First aid for sore throats.
There's one architect we have to thank for the way Jersey looks today. The sea. It has carved out a unique island where every castle, every restaurant, hotel and guest house is close to a beach. For a free brochure, call 0800 20 40 60.
Just pick up the phone and soon you could pick up a package with Telly Million.
Can you really afford to splash out on a new car after Christmas? With 0% finance available until the end of January on any new Micra, Primera or Sunny.
You can with a Nissan.
Drop into your local dealer for a happier new year.
Bakers is the complete dog food that provides a nutritionally balanced diet dogs really love. Dogs go barkers for Bakers, and so will you.
Nokia. It remembers because it's human to forget.
Maria?
Nokia. Connecting people.
I locked my bike. I removed the pump. Also the seat, the saddle, I mean. Now, I had no idea they were planning this sort of thing.
Commercial Union. We won't make a drama out of her.
They're the cream of the crop, and they're dealing with the scum of the earth. It's the gritty new cop drama that took Australia by storm. Phoenix begins Thursday at 10:40 on Anglia.
LA Law moves to Canada in Street Legal, a series that follows the trials and tribulations of a Canadian law firm, next Monday at 11:40. But now on Anglia, a documentary profile of the Princess of Wales, Diana, a Princess Alone.